So what's really important to think about when we are creating and placing ourselves in the environments that we're choosing to immerse ourselves into is whether they make us feel good or not. Because if they make us feel good, yeah, this is correct. It's meant for us, it's good for us. And it's going to serve its purpose in a really beautiful, brilliant and unique and expansive and magical way. However, if the places and spaces and the environments that we place ourselves in cause us to feel bad and I mean, nothing's good or bad, it all serves a purpose really. They're simply words that I'm using that you can connect to. So if the places that you choose to place yourself in cause you to feel a low vibe, cause you to feel disconnected from yourself, cause you to question yourself, cause you to feel some kind of distortion in your energy field, these are places that are not right for you. They're not right for your energy, they're not right for your soul's calling, they're not going to serve you and your highest timeline in the very best way. You see, the aim of the game is to feel good, right? As humans, we are souls having a human experience. And as souls having a human experience in this physical reality game that is very much like a virtual reality game, as a human having a gamer's experience, except that we're souls coming from fractal life force, energy, God, higher intelligence, source power, whatever you want to call it. A fractal of that power is within this body, this physical experience. So it's like a game of virtual reality, but it's physical reality and we're actually in it playing. So the aim of this game is to feel good. And if we don't feel good, then that's direction towards what makes us feel good. So when we find ourselves in environments, communities, connections, relationships, partnerships, sisterhoods, brotherhoods, whatever it may be, whatever environment we're talking about. Because it could be in relation or it could be in community, it could be home, whatever that may be, right? If we're in environments where we don't feel good, excited, expansive, in awe, appreciated, loved, accepted, heard, seen, this is where we get to question why we're there. Why are we there if we don't feel good, if we don't feel seen, if we don't feel heard? Is it there to strengthen us? Do boundaries get to be set in place? Do we need to stand more fully in our power? Communicate ourselves from a more stronger place, from a place of more strength and surety and confidence? Do we need to remove ourselves? Do we need to go and find somewhere else, someone else? Because your environment is key to the way in which you blossom and the way in which you grow and the way in which you expand. You see, if you put a plant in the wrong environment, and if the plant does not get enough sunlight, and if the plant does not get enough nutrients, and if the plant does not get enough water, it's going to die. And this is the same for every single one of us. This is the same for you. And each and every one of us requires different conditions to be able to flourish in the way that we came here to flourish. And we know as an individual whether we are in the right conditions and the right spaces if we feel good. And if we don't feel good, that is simply redirection back to what makes us feel good. Okay, well, this doesn't make me feel good. I don't like this. I don't like that. Okay. And remembering that where focus goes, energy flows. So we don't want to focus on what doesn't make us feel good. We want to acknowledge it, accept it, and appreciate, okay, well, that doesn't make me feel good. What does make me feel good? What will make me feel good? What do I want? What do I want? How do I want to feel in relation? How do I want to feel in community? How do I want to feel in my workspace? How do I want to feel in my home space? And what do I need and require to make me feel that way? And this is very important because everyone's needs and requirements are different. So it's really coming to that knowing of what your personal needs and requirements are and respecting and honouring them to its core. Wants are different. Wants can be compromised. And we go into this deeper within the Embrace experience that I've created. Embrace is your soul journey. It's all about embracing everything that is you, past, present, and future, so you can have a really deep understanding of who you are and your beauty and your brilliance and where you came from and your story and all of the things, everything to its core. I give you everything that you need, the fundamentals, the direction back to yourself. And that is the whole essence of my work and the things that I create for you, because there's no one cookie cutter size fits all. It's all very individual to the person. So I create my experiences in a way that allow you to really explore yourself and to really come back to the trust and the power within yourself, so you can build your strength and your surety and your confidence, so you can quite literally create everything it is that you desire. So really coming to this knowing within you, because once you come into this knowing, this is what builds that strong energetic field that cannot be penetrated. And when you realize that you're in spaces that are not good for you, and when you're in relationships that are not good for you, at first it's hard to let go, it's hard to walk away, it's hard, but this is the whole point of the journey. And through choosing these seemingly hard things, we build our strength and we grow the magnetism of our energetic field when it comes to attracting what it is that we so truly desire from a deep heart space. Because what we experience in our external reality is simply a reflection of our internal reality. So if we're noticing things that are not happening in the way that we desire in our external, what we get to do is we get to look within. Okay, well, I'm not in an environment that I feel good in right now. So instead of it being, why me? Why, I'm being punished, because it's not that. Nothing is happening to you to punish you. Everything is happening for you to strengthen you. So when you look at it in that way, and when you ask yourself, okay, well, why is this happening to me? Where can I take full ownership and responsibility for the part that I'm playing, the choices that I'm making, and where I get to strengthen myself and the things that I get to do from a place of love and compassion and ownership. Cannot shame yourself into growth. We cannot shame ourselves into growth. We cannot beat ourselves up. It really doesn't work. And environment is key. Environment is key. You cannot heal in the places that made you sick. Sometimes we need to remove ourselves from environments that are just simply not good for us to truly find ourselves. And that was my journey here in Bali. I came to Bali for a soul calling, and I was very intentional about this journey. And naturally, as humans, we go towards the comfortability, and you cannot run away from yourself. You don't change environments to just think that, oh yeah, you're going to straight away heal when that happens. No, because you take yourself with you. So what happens when you place yourself in new environments is you must become very aware to not seek out the comfortability, which is essentially what I went through when I first got to Bali. To really truly find myself is I would seek out friends and people that felt comfortable, that pretty much honoured my past and my old way of being, which allowed me to redirect myself towards the future it was that I was creating. And my relationship with the party and with alcohol, because these were the kinds of people that I started to surround myself with, because that was the normal for me. However, that's not what served my future, and these types of people are not what made me feel good, because they didn't operate from the place that I decided to operate from. And there's no beat up and there's no judgment towards them. They are where they are. It is what it is. However, for the way in which I desired to live my life, I didn't want to operate in certain ways. The ways that I desire to operate and the ways that I do operate is through love, is through kindness, is through compassion, is through reverence for the other person's power, is through appreciation, is through respect, is through hearing. And hearing to understand and respecting what the other person says, is through appreciating the other person, and is through thinking about big visions and how we can collaborate and how we can co-create magic to create better, not only for ourselves, but for the future generations of this planet, because we do it together, right? And as much as I loved the party and as much as I enjoyed that kind of experience, I didn't, the kinds of people that typically enjoyed it weren't my kind of people. So I went through this really deep journey of really looking at my relationship with myself and also the party and alcohol and drugs, and whether the people that were called to that kind of thing were aligned with me, and they wasn't. So I started to really seek out things that were aligned with me, and events and ways of being that really pushed myself out of my comfort zone. And this is what it is, right? You cannot heal in the environment that made you sick. However, when you do move yourself away from that environment, it's really important that you don't place yourself in similar environments. And then when you do, you get to really reflect and ask yourself, okay, well, what do I get to do now to shift that and change that? And it is going to push yourself out of your comfort zone. It is going to cause you to question certain things about yourself and the way that you operate and your way of being and your way of doing. And it's going to scare you, and you're going to get fearful because this is new, and no doubt you'll feel some kind of anxiety, social anxiety, self-anxiety, whatever that may be. And just know that it's normal. We all go through this at every level. At every level there's a new devil, and as you move through this journey of continual evolution and ascension, there's going to be a new level, there's going to be a new way of stretching, there's going to be new tests and new puzzles, and you are going to be placing yourself continually in new environments to meet that new level that's going to cause you to feel uncomfortable in certain ways. However, you wouldn't be in these environments and you wouldn't choose to place yourself in these environments if it wasn't meant for you. You wouldn't be invited to these environments by people who are already in these environments if it wasn't for you. And yes, you may feel like an imposter, like you're not supposed to be there. However, if you're there, you're supposed to be there. There's a reason that you're supposed to be there, right? Energetically, on a frequency level, you wouldn't be there unless you were a match in some which way or another. So you get to really come back to yourself to know, okay, well, where am I a match here? What do I have to offer? What can I bring to the table? And this is the importance of really knowing yourself from a place of power, not from a place of arrogance, but from a place of power, to show up in that strength and surety. And this is the essence of my work and everything it is that I do. Like I said, it's bringing you back to your power and to the trust within yourself. So if your environments in some which way, whether that be your relationships, your communities, if you're feeling some kind of distortion in whatever environments that you're in, ask yourself, what can I do to flip this first and foremost? Is there anything that you can do to change it? And doing the best that you can to change it, to align with you and to create a more coherent harmony within that environment. And if there's nothing that you can do, then you're fully encouraged to remove yourself. You're fully encouraged to walk away, and this is your permission slip, because the aim of the game is to feel good. And if you do not feel good in your environment and in your relationships, then it's direction towards what does. Okay, I love you so much. And this journey towards continual evolution and ascension, it's not necessarily an easy journey, and it's really important that we surround ourselves with people that get it, that are on the vibe. And this is what the Growth Shift community is. It's a community that I founded and that I lead with various other leaders within my Anagic organisation, my high ticket organisation. So whenever you invest in any body of my work, you get access to the Growth Shift community. You can also get access to the Growth Shift community on a monthly rolling basis as well. And there's also an option to start a high ticket online business within our community that's going to enable you to build the life it is that you so desire. It's a model that you can plug into, plug and play, learn and earn. You can fit it around any schedule and any job that you may already have, or any business. When I started, I had a full-time job, and then I got a part-time job to really invest into the business. So I was working both of those jobs whilst building the business. So this is something that you can fit around anything, around family, if you really, really want to make it happen. And you get full training as well. So when you do start your online business within my organisation, you get access to everything. You get access to the community, and you get access to the different bodies of work completely free, because the more you win, the more I win. So I want to give you everything that I possibly can to support you in winning, because together we rise. So if you desire to explore any bodies of my work or everything that I have to offer you, there's a link below. You can check in the link tree. There's loads of different links. The marketplace is where all of my bodies of work are. I do also have one-on-one and mastermind proximity available at time of filming. So depending on when you're watching this, if you do desire one-on-one or closer proximity in a group setting mastermind, then please do reach out to me and see if there's any application availability, depending on when you're watching. But at time of watching this, there is. So depending on the time. And yeah, that's all I have to say about that matter. The journey is easier when we have people around us that get it, that are experiencing it, that understand. Because not everyone understands. Not everyone's on that flex, and that's okay. That's okay. Just because the people around you right now are not on the flex that you desire to be on, it doesn't mean that you should hold yourself back. No, keep moving, keep grooving, and find people that are on your vibe, because there are plenty of people out there. I love you so much. Mwah. Have the best day.